there, 34-33 over Hannibal. Coach Eric Dusenberry's JV team continues to win. Here's the tip. Fan against Lance Conley, and it's Hannibal that gets the tip, and there's the 5'8" senior guard John Moore, the quarterback for this Hannibal ball club, moving from right to left in this first half, and the ball is tipped out of bounds by Bodie as he knocked the ball out of Andy Strabe's hands across the way, but the ball went out of bounds, and Hannibal will inbound. Referees for our game tonight, Pete Matrical out of Kansas City and Tim Boyd just down the road in Sedalia. The officials for tonight's ball game. Wing right side, Conley inside. Nice pass inside to Bakken. Shot put up, no good. And the Owls on the outlet pass throw it away. Fan got it to Bodie, but Bodie tried to run with it first, and the ball was passed down around his ankles, and Steve had to go off his foot out of bounds. The Owls get the early turnover, and Hannibal has it back. Marshall opens up in a zone. They go down the middle with it. Bakken's down low, stripped away, and Kotowitz comes up with the steal for Marshall. Back to Kotowitz from Abney, who had to kill the dribble as good defense was put on him by Andy Strabe. Now the ball is tipped out of bounds in front of the Hannibal bench. Bodie will inbound for Marshall. Played just under a minute, no score yet. And the Owls get the ball back. Here's Kotowitz, top of the circle. Wing left side, is Fan. Fan drives inside, stepped on the baseline, out of bounds. We told you it during the pregame. Hannibal prides themselves with their defense, and so far the Owls have had 2 possessions and haven't got off a shot, 2 turnovers. Here's Moore to the forecourt. Wing right side. Bakkens has it. It's a return pass where thought he was going to get one, and the ball was way high over his head and out of bounds, and both teams having a tough time getting anything to go here in the early going. Kotowitz to Abney. Abney against this man-to-man Hannibal defense, and they're denying just about everything. Lob pass to Bodie on the inside. Steve puts up one off the glass. No good. Rebound by Sleeper. He tried to go behind his head off the glass with it, and they're going to say it was foul. Let's see who the Pirates, which of the Pirates was guilty. They're going to say it's Conley. That's his first. And Sleeper will be at the line for a couple. We mentioned the Owl foul shooting has improved. They were down around 50% for the most part, and they have improved up to a team average now of just over 57%. Sleeper misses the first one. That's what happens when you talk about it. Max will get one more. The Owls' opponents this season are shooting 65% from the line. Sleeper missed them both. Ball goes out of bounds, and the Pirates will get the ball back. Neither team has scored yet. We've played over a minute. Hannibal to the front court. That's Moore. Wing left side. That's Campbell. Campbell looking in the teeth of that Owl zone. Wing right side is Conley. Conley has it. Looks to go back outside. Top of the circle. Inside is Strabe. Off to Moore. Moore dribbles towards the paint. Inside Conley. Conley along the baseline. Tries to throw one up. No good. Rebound Bakkens. He muscles it up. Back up and in. B.J. Bakkens, the sophomore. Now a long lead pass. The Owls get it to Fan for the easy deuce. Eric put it in with the left hand. We're tied at 2 as Marshall beat Hannibal back down the floor. The Pirates fell asleep on D. And back come the Pirates. We're tied at 2. We've played nearly 2 minutes. Conley in the corner. Off to Strabe. Back to Conley. Goes to the lane. Splits 2 defenders. Puts it up no good. Rebound. Won't go down by Bakkens. Here's Fan on the end line. He stepped on the baseline. And Hannibal gets it back. Moore will inbound. Long outlet to Strabe. Strabe has it, turns back out to Moore for a 3 over Fan. Good. John Moore with the trade. He can burn you with that. Here's Fan going to the hole again on the break. No good. Rebound by Bodie, up and in. Well, the Owls twice have been able to burn Hannibal after the Pirates were scoring a bucket and getting back late on the defense. Conley, long skip pass out to Strabe. Over to Campbell. Campbell wing left, back to Strabe, top of the circle, Moore. Bodie's on him in this Owl zone. There's Conley, back to Moore. Moore dribbles with it, doesn't take the 3. Conley, skip pass to Campbell, goes baseline left, fall away jumper over Fan, count it. Kit Campbell hits the deuce, and now the Owls come back the other way, and John Moore for Hannibal tipped the ball away and went right into the Pirate bench. And one official pointed one way and one official pointed the other on the ball. Let's see who gets it. And they're going to give the Owls the ball on the possession arrow, and Coach Kevin Hart wants to know what's going on. And apparently, they're going to give the Owls the ball only because of the alternate possession rule, so the officials couldn't make up their mind. And although it may not seem like a big deal, it means the Owls on the next tied-up ball will not get the ball. Hannibal will. Here's Kotowitz off the Fan. Fan, wing left, lob pass inside Sleeper, slip Max to the no man's land, back out to Fan for a jumper. Good. That was a three-pointer, the official says. Eric's off to a fast start with 5, and when he gets off to a good start, the Owls usually do well. Inside Botkins in the paint, 8-footer, fall away, good. Boy, you gotta like that kid. Botkins comes right back for Hannibal. He's tough, and he's just a sophomore. Here's Abney with Botkins on him out high. Here's Fan, lob pass inside Sleeper, gets inside of Botkins, no good. Rebound Kotowitz in the paint. Scott working hard, gets it in off the glass, gets his first 2. Both teams pounding the offensive boards here in the early going. We're tied at 9. Here's Moore. Wing right side to Straube. Straube, one bounce off to Conley. Conley, long skip pass to Moore. Open for a 3 over Abney. Got again! John Moore throwing up rainbows for Hannibal, and it's a 12-9 Pirate lead. Abney behind the back to get away from a double team. Off the Fan. Eric will throw up a three-pointer. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound tapped up in the lane. Botkins comes down with it over Kotowitz. Off the Moore, back on the Pirates. Moore to the forecourt. Kill the dribble between the 2 rings. He's got Abney on him. And now we've got a whistle. And now we're going to have a conversation with the 2 officials. I think Coach Paul Krecky for Hannibal is saying that Fan's jumper from the far side just moments ago was a 2-pointer. And they finally got the officials' attention after both teams had had a couple of possessions. So the officials are having a tough time here in the early going getting together. Pete Matrico of Kansas City, Tim Boyd of Sedalia. That's what I'm pretty sure that's what the conversation is about. I had thought it was a 2-pointer, but I don't have a striped shirt on, so let's see what the indication is. Yeah, that's what they were talking about, and the public address announcer here, A.C. Lasher, says that it will remain a 3-point shot. Hannibal still, though, has the lead in the ball, 12-9. And here's John Moore on the dribble again. Wing left side out to Straube, into Campbell. Campbell, wing right, back out to Straube, top of the circle, and he leaves it off for Moore. Moore directs the offense, and he can shoot the lights out for this ball club. Saw him do that last year when Hannibal almost upset the Owls. Here Botkins slashing to the bucket off the pass and gets the 2. He's got 6. Moore has 6. Those are the go-to guys for this Hannibal ball club. Here's Abney cross court to Kotowitz. Kotowitz wing left off the Fan. Fan goes inside the lane. Tried to go pass it inside. Stolen by Moore. Moore against Bodie. Spins in the lane. Puts it up. No good. Foul called against Bodie. That'll send John Moore to the line for a couple. The Owls have had 3 early turnovers, and Hannibal has been very proficient when they've had the ball. They've been able to get it into the hands of Botkins and Moore, and consequently, those fellows have 6 points apiece. Marquin Keith will come in along with DeMille Davis for the Owls. Kotowitz and Abney will sit down. And Moore will be at the line for a couple. Each team now has a foul in the first half. Moore's first free throw, good. Moore is also a very good free throw shooter if memory serves. He'll get one more, and Hannibal's opened up a 6-7-point lead here in the early going. Moore hits them both. He's got 8 in the first quarter. Here's DeMille Davis behind the back to the forecourt, gets it off to Keith, over to Fan. Eric in three-point country looks, cross-court pass for Bodie. Bodie looks inside, nothing doing. Here's Sleeper popping out to the high post for a pass. Now he leaves it off to Davis. To Fan for a three-point try. That won't go down. Rebound, Sleeper puts it up and in. Max Sleeper gets his first 2, and the Owls are now down by 5, 16-11. Just under 3 minutes left to play in the opening quarter from Marshall. Here's Conley. Botkins drives the lane. They're going to call him for steps. Botkins turns it over. 2 turnovers against Hannibal. Then the Owls have a chance to get a little bit closer. Here's DeMille Davis across the timeline with it. Off to Bodie. Bodie at the near hash mark, right in front of the Hannibal bench, directs traffic. Now had to put it on the floor to avoid a 5 count. Almost lost it. Gets it off to Marquin Keith. Keith, top of the circle. Keith drives in with the left hand, puts up a shot. It's partially blocked. Gets his own rebound, puts it up. That won't go down. And here's Conley. Lead pass out to Moore ahead of everybody. Moore for a layup. Good. Moore cherry picking at the other end of the floor. Got the pass from Conley in the lay-in, and it's an 18-11 Hannibal lead. Here's DeMille Davis. The Owls look a little confused on offense here in the early going. Davis across the timeline is trapped, gets it off to Bodie, and the Owls want to call a timeout. 18-11, Marshall now. The Owls trail by 9 at the quarter break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Marshall All Basketball on KMMO. One, Charity.
What's that phone number?
Huh?
What's that phone number? The girl.
Hannibal leads by 9 at the quarter break. The Owls will get the ball to start the second quarter. And this Hannibal ball club is extremely quick. And they're not especially big on the ball to start this second quarter. And they get it into Botkins. He goes right to the hole, lays it up and in. Botkins has got 8 points. Back comes Abney for the Owls, down by 11. Opening minute of this second quarter. Here's Abney, has the ball slapped away, and a foul is going to be called against Straube. That'll be his first. The officials here have let the kids play pretty much. That's only 2 team fouls against either team now. Here's Bodie into Abney. Joe squares up for a 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound tapped around, and Conley comes up with it. The Owls just aren't making their outside shots here, at least in the early going. Here's Moore to the forecourt. Off to Botkins. Inside, there's a man open. Straube spins in the lane, puts it up and in. He gets his first 2. Hannibal widening the gap here in the early going. Here's Kotowitz off the Fan. Eric tries up a 3 and hits it. Fan's keeping the Owls in it right now. He's got 10. Marshall down by 11 here. I think the official called that a 2-pointer. At any rate, Hannibal still has an 11-point lead on the ball. Just under 7 minutes left to play in this opening half. Inside, Botkins in the paint, puts it in off the glass again. Bart Botkins is just chewing the Owls up along the inside. He's got 10 points here in the half. Here's Abney, runs down the lane with a one-hander, puts it in off the window. Abney gets his first 2. It's still an 11-point Hannibal lead. 6.5 left to play in the first half. Here's Moore to the forecourt against Bodie with the left hand. Switches hands on the dribble, goes between the 2 circles, down the lane, spins it up. And what's the call? Offensive foul against Moore. Moore is called for the offensive foul. The bucket was good, but they're not going to count the basket. 6:24 left to play in the half. Hannibal again will put on some pressure in the backcourt. Here's Abney with the basketball for the Owls. Abney between the legs, split the defenders, down the lane, takes it, puts it up, blocked away by Conley. And then Conley loses the ball to Bodie. Off to Keith. Markland for a 3. That won't go down. Rebound in the corner, chased down by Moore. Back comes Hannibal. Moore around Bodie to the full court. Moore to the baseline, leaves it off in the lane. It's tipped away from Botkins, and they're going to see the Owls touched it last. Lance Conley is listed at 5'11". He's got a stuff in this ball game, and he really went up in the stratosphere to swat that one away. And that attempted shot by the Owls just moments ago by Abney. Here's Conley off the Straube. In the corner, Moore for a three. Good again. John Morris, 3 of 3 from the three-point line. Here's a pass downstairs to Bodie as he beats everyone down the break, puts it up, no good. Steve on another try, no good. And a foul called against the Pirates. Marshall will go to the line. Nope, they're going to take the ball out. Conley picks up the foul. That's his second. Well, the Owls would love to get him in some kind of foul trouble. Marquand Keith will come out of the ball game for the Owls. Here's Abney off to Kotowitz. Kotowitz to Abney. Abney inside sleeper against Conley. Spins back out to Abney for three. It's no good. The Owls just aren't hitting those. Here's Conley out wrestling a couple of players for the rebound. And back comes Hannibal with a 14-point lead. And 5.5 left to go in the half. Here's Moore against Bodie. Moore, wing left side, Straube with it. Straube off to Conley. They almost lost it, but Conley runs it down in the front court. Off to Moore, and Moore stepped on that far side out of bounds line, as opposing players here will sometime do, because the bleachers are 6 or 7 feet off that line, whereas where the players sit, the line is right next to them. Kind of lose where they are on the court, and that's what happened to Moore. Back come the Owls. Here's Kotowitz inside a Fan, off the glass, good. That time Hannibal lost a man down low, and Fan got the easy two on the pass from Scott Kotowitz. New player in the ballgame is Shane Terrell for the Pirates. Terrell, 6-foot junior, is into the ballgame for Hannibal at this point. Here is Moore around Bodie, wing right side Straube, in the paint Botkins, there he goes again, puts it up, offensive foul on Botkins. And Coach Paul Crucky is beside himself in front of the Hannibal bench. Botkins picks up his first foul. Now Hannibal, a little more pressure in the backcourt. Kotowitz killed the dribble, off to Abney. Abney to the forecourt with the left hand against Straube. Abney's picked up by Conley. Conley then lays off. Straube picks him up off the Fan, and Fan walked with it. And Terrell will inbound for the Pirates. Off to Straube, and Straube has the ball stolen away at midcourt by Abney. Abney against Straube, pulls up for a runner, hits it off the glass. 31-21. A 10-point Hannibal lead. Campbell getting ready to check back in for the Pirates. Here's Moore to the forecourt. Wing right side, Straube looks inside. Here's Conley at the high post. Gets it off the Botkins. They swing it over to Moore. Moore pass back inside to Straube. Goes baseline, pass Abney, lays it up and in. There's a long pass to Fan, releasing down low, and he puts it up and in. Well, the Owls quickly get that bucket back. But Hannibal still has a 10-point advantage. Coming up on 3.5 left to play in the half. Moore blows right around Bodie. Penetrates inside to Botkins. And this time we got a blocking foul on Kotowitz. Botkins will shoot 2 from the line. And DeMille Davis will come in the ball game for Abney. So the Owls, Abney will check out of the ball game. Davis comes in. Here's Conley on the inbounds pass off to Moore. Moore with Fan all over him. Moore now dribbles out of traffic to the top of the circle against DeMille Davis. The Owls in that zone defense. Here's Campbell, who's back in the ball game. Top of the circle, Moore off to Shane Terrell. To Conley. Off to Moore. Coming up on 3 minutes left to play in the half. Hannibal's in no hurry with a 10-point lead. Here's Botkins. Looks inside, Conley, off the Botkins, got open. Kotowitz came over from across the lane and swatted his shot away. Big play by the Owl junior, Scott Kotowitz. But Hannibal will get the ball back. Moore inbounds to Conley, and he gets a return pass. Moore would run the offense for Hannibal. He sees the ball out. Here's Botkins, off to Conley, back to Moore. Again, Hannibal takes time running their offense. Wing right side, Conley. To Moore, goes inside. Nice backdoor pass to Botkins, who lays it up and in. Botkins has a dozen, and the Owls again trail by 12. Abney will come back in the ball game for Marshall. Hannibal is really making the Owls work on the defensive end of the floor, and they aren't allowing the Owls to get into their running type of haphazard game that Marshall really likes to play. Here's DeMille Davis to the forecourt. Davis is guarded closely by Terrell. Off to Abney, over to Fan. Fan's got Campbell on him. Cross-court pass in the lane to Abney. Turns against Moore. Foul called against John Moore. That's 2 on Moore. That'll be 16 fouls against Hannibal. And a new player jumps off the bench for Coach Paul Crecky's Pirates. That's Keith Redd, 6'1" sophomore. So Moore will come out with 13 points, including 3 of 3 from three-point land here in this opening half. Here's DeMille Davis. Davis in the corner, double team, gets out of it, gets off the Fan, back to Abney. Abney in the three-point line, looking inside, nothing doing. The Owls have got Sleeper posted up inside, but don't go to him. Here's Abney, out to DeMille Davis. 2 minutes left to play in this first half. Abney off the Fan. Fan looking cross court, gets it to Kotowitz, off to Abney. Wing right, top of the circle. Now off to DeMille Davis. The Fan against Campbell. Fan wants to drive, goes right side, short hook in the lane, no good. Rebound tapped out to Davis. Nice dish inside to Kotowitz. He blew the layup. Scott gets it back, lays it up and in. Kotowitz work on the inside, pays off after a beautiful pass from DeMille Davis after he got that rebound. Again, it's a 10-point game. Hannibal back with the ball, wing right. Fan tries to get a steal from Campbell, forces Campbell to the backcourt, but Hannibal gets the ball back, and here comes Terrell. Up the wing to Conley. Conley, wing right, looks for a cutter. Bakken slashes down the lane. Inside pass to Kit Campbell, who lays it up and in. Campbell's got 4. Again, Hannibal leads by a dozen. Here's DeMille Davis to the forecourt. Davis spinning. Gets it off to Abney, top of the circle. Guarded by Red. Abney goes right around him to the hole, lays it up and in. Red made the mistake. Got too close to Abney, and Abney just blew right by him and took it to the hole. Joe's got half a dozen, but the Owls still trail by 10. Coach Paul Crecky holds up one finger. He wants his team to play for one shot here. Here's Conley in the middle. Bakkens down low to Campbell, lays it up and in. Well, they got the layup instead of playing for just one shot. Campbell's got half a dozen now. Here's Kotowitz off the Fan. Fan in three-point country. Dribbles on Campbell. Goes wing left side. Back out to Davis. Davis will look at the clock and hold up. Now he dribbles. Kills it. Gets it off to Kotowitz. Top of the circle. Scott leaves it for Sleeper. High post against Conley. The Fan, he pops out for a foul line jumper. It's no good. Rebound in the lane. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Marshall basketball with 18 seconds left to play in the half. The Owls got a break. Hannibal had 3 players watch the ball go out of bounds. They thought it was off an Owls player. And Bodie will inbound. Strabe checks back in the ball game for Terrell here in the waning moments of this first half. Here's Abney out high against Red, the sophomore. Off the Fan, 10 seconds left to play in the half. Cross-court pass Abney. Abney, top of the circle, Bodie. With 6 seconds to Fan for a long 3. Good! Fan hits a tray, and that ends the half. I think that'll be a 3-pointer. That's as close as they've been in a while. Bodie will inbound, does so to Fan, and we're underway. Fan to the forecourt for the Owls. Off to Abney. Fan, Abney, Bodie, Kotowitz, and Sleeper start for the Owls here in the second half. Moore, Conley, Campbell. Bakkens start. There's a 3-point try put up by Fan. He is fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 3. And Strabe is in the ball game for Hannibal to start this second half. So both teams have their starters in there to start this third quarter. That foul was on Campbell. That's his first. And Eric Fan, who had 16 first half points, goes to the line for Marshall. First one, good. Fan got the roll. Both teams only shot 2 times from the line in that first half. Fan's second one is off the mark. Eric will get one more and try and get the Owls within 7. Next one off the back iron, goes down though. High arcing bounce off the back iron and went right down to shoot. So Eric gets 2 of 3. He's got 18. Now the Owls put on some pressure in the backcourt. Here's Moore over the timeline against Abney. Moore was red hot in that first half. Moore against Abney. Spins away from Joe off to Conley. Long skip pass to Straube. Straube wants to drive. Now he backs out the dribble. Wing left side off to Campbell. Campbell takes one dribble, goes baseline to Conley. Conley spins back off to Moore. Moore goes in the lane, lost it, and Fan has it for the Owls. Fan to Abney. Pass was too far out in front of Joe, and the Owls turn it over and lose a chance there to get an easy bucket. Eric might have waited just a count or so too long to give it up. Here's Campbell down the middle to Botkins, lays it up and in. Count the bucket, and a foul is called against Kolowitz. Kolowitz trying to draw the charge, and Botkins leaning in. Got the bucket, and he'll go to the line to try and complete a three-point play. Botkins continues where he left off in the first half. He's got 14. Kolowitz, that's his second foul. Botkins hits the free throw. So the Owls had cut the lead to 7, had a chance to get it down to 5, now trail by 10 again. Here's Abney to the forecourt. Abney looks at a Hannibal man-to-man, throws it away. Moore with the steal. Moore lays it up and in. Moore got the steal and went coast to coast and put it in the bucket. It's a 12-point Hannibal lead. 5 in a row by the Pirates. Here's Abney. Abney to the forecourt against Straube. Abney and a 5 count. Abney dribbling out high, and the Owls turn it over. And Hannibal has forced 3 turnovers here in the third quarter against Marshall here in the first minute and a half, and they've got a 12-point lead again. It was 7 just moments ago. Here's Campbell, far right side, off to Moore. Moore, top of the circle. Wing right side, Straube. Over to Conley. Conley looks inside. Cross-court pass, Moore. Open for a 3. It's short this time. Rebound tapped up. And it goes off of Kolowitz. Now, wait a minute. We've got another confab between the officials. I think it went off an Owl player. Yeah, they got it right. Hannibal gets the ball back. Moore inbounds. Inside to Conley. Over Kolowitz. Good. Conley's got 4. The Owls, I think, want to call a timeout, but Bodie shoots before they can do so. Misses almost everything with it. Off the Fan. Fan gets that rebound. Puts it up and in. Fan is the only semblance of an offense the Owls have here in the ball game right now. Marshall down by a dozen. Hannibal has the ball back, and the Pirates are in no hurry to run with the Owls. Here's Conley. They'll beat the press. They'll go to the three-quarter court line, and they'll back off the dribble. Here's Moore off to Botkins. Cross-court pass Straube. He goes baseline. They give it to him. Lays it up. No good. Rebound Campbell. Good. Campbell's got 8. The Owls have given up a lot of second-chance buckets in this ball game. Here's Abney, the top of the circle. Abney out high, looking inside. Nothing doing. Off the Fan. Fan against Campbell. Lob pass inside Kolowitz. Sleeper gets it, lays it up, no good. Max a second try, good. Sleeper's got 4 in the game. The Owls will have to turn the pressure up on the D here. There's Botkins to Conley to the forecourt. Now Conley will back it off. Out to Straube. Straube off to Conley. Conley inside Straube. Has his shot blocked away by Abney. But it goes out of bounds, and Hannibal will inbound. Here comes Markman Keith. Jamil Davis in the game. Abney and Kolowitz will come out. Maybe the Owls can get a little bit of a lifter from their bench. Here's Moore off to Straube. Inside, low post Conley. Back to Moore. And 3-second violation is called away from the ball, I think, against Botkins of Hannibal. And Pirates have a rare turnover. They only have 5 in the game. 2 in this quarter. Marshall down by 12. They got the ball. Still plenty of time. 4:40 left to play in this third quarter. Here's Davis dribbling against Straube, top of the circle. The Owls are trying to run a screen down low to free somebody up. Here's Sleeper against Conley. Lays it up. Too hard off the glass. No good. Rebound. Back comes Hannibal. Moore comes to the three-point line off the Straube. He goes baseline against Davis. Back inside Conley between 2 defenders. Lays it up. No good. Rebound by Keith. The Owls want to run. They got a 2-on-1. Keith will take it. Nope. Gives it off to Bodie, who lays it up and in. And then Bodie and Conley get tangled up after the shot. Keith could have taken it himself, but decided to give it off to Steve, and Steve laid it up and in. Well, it's back to a 10-point game. Hannibal led by 9 at the break. Here's Moore to the forecourt. Off to Botkins. Inside, Straubbe's left alone over Fan. No good. Missed it. Rebound by Sleeper and a foul called against Straube. That could be a big play in this ball game. As Straube looked like he had an easy bucket, hesitated just a bit, and that gave Fan a chance to get over and bother him a little bit on the shot. And Sleeper got the rebound and was fouled from behind. That's 2 fouls on Straube. And here's DeMille Davis for the Owls. Marshall with a chance again to get it down under 10 points. Davis against a new player in the game, Shane Terrell, as Straube is out. Here's Fan. He'll shoot over Campbell. Good again. Fan is unconscious here in this ball game. He's got 22 for Marshall. Here's Moore to the forecourt against Bodie. Owls trail by 8. Marshall making a run here in the mid part of this third quarter. Here's Terrell off to Conley, way out high Moore. Pass inside, tipped away by Fan. Eric doing it on both ends of the court right now for Marshall. He tipped the ball away, but Moore will inbound. Scott Kotowitz dashes to the scorer's table and comes in for Sleeper. Moore, long outlet pass to get it into Terrell. Off to Moore for a 3. It's short in the lane. Rebound by Kotowitz. Kotowitz up the floor for DeMille Davis. 3-on-3. Davis stops inside the 3-point line, out to Fan. Fan fakes the jumper, gets it off to Davis. Davis to Keith. Back to DeMille Davis, and the Owls will have to set up the offense. Here's Bodie, top of the circle, off the Fan for another 3-point try. That one's no good. In the lane, Bodie gets the rebound. Off to DeMille Davis, short jumper. That's too long. Rebound, Fan in the lane. Puts it on the floor, back off to Davis. DeMille lost it and then turns it over, and the Owls give up the basketball on the turnover. Markman Keith just had the ball just fly out of his hand, and then the Owls, DeMille Davis got it in the lane and turned it over. And the Pirates get it back, and Marshall will put on a little bit of pressure in the backcourt. Now they back off a little bit, and Moore will dribble up against Davis. Moore pushes off with the arm, no call. Here's Moore to the forecourt. Left-hand dribble. Down the baseline, pass inside to Botkins. It's tapped away by Keith, but then Campbell picks it up, gets the layup, and gets fouled by Markman in the process. Campbell and Botkins down low are quite a combination for this Pirate club. They both only go about 6'2", but they seem to get into the right spaces to get to the ball and get open. Campbell hits the free throw, and he's in double figures with 11, and the Owls want to call a timeout. Every time Marshall looks like they're going to, with 2:40 left to play in the third quarter. Here's Abney to the forecourt for Marshall. On the dribble, double team, gets away with it. Off to Bodie. Steve pops up for a 3. It's short. In the lane, rebound by Botkins. Hannibal's got a 3-on-0. Botkins goes down, wants to jam it, and he's fouled from behind by Bodie. Conley has 1 slam in the game for Hannibal, and Bodie wasn't going to let Botkins do it too. Botkins will be at the line for a couple. That's 2 fouls on Bodie. The Owls hit 9 3-pointers the other night against Moberly. Tonight they've hit 2. Botkins hits the first one from the line. He's 2 of 2 from the line. The sophomore's got 16. Last year we saw this kid as a freshman. We knew he was going to be a player, and we have not been disappointed. Misses the second one, but Campbell in the lane gets the rebound, goes up strong, has his shot blocked from behind by Fan, and back come the Owls. Fan to the forecourt. Fan, cross-court pass for Abney. Joe for a long 3-point bomb. That's no good. Rebound by Botkins. Outlet pass to Terrell. In the middle, Conley streaks to the bucket. He walks. Turnover against Hannibal. 2:09 left to play in the third quarter. The Owls trail by a dozen. The Owls shot 35% from the 3-point line the other night at Moberly. They are far below that percentage so far tonight. Here's Abney off the Bodie 3-point line, back to Abney. Abney, top of the circle, off to Bodie. Bodie back to Abney. Abney against Botkins. Under 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Fan wants to go inside, and then has to just knock the ball off Campbell as he was trapped along the baseline. And Bodie will inbound. Bodie looks inside. Now the inbounds pass is tipped by Conley and stolen away by Moore. Well, the Owls turn the ball over. And Moore will walk the ball over the front court line for Hannibal. Off to Botkins. Looks for a cutter inside. Back out high Campbell. They swing it around the perimeter to Moore. Moore's got Abney on him. Back top side to Terrell. Off to Campbell. Looks inside. Hannibal's in no hurry. They've really got the owl off defense spread out here. Here's Moore taking it to the hole. Off the Botkins, side of the lane. Jumper from 12 won't go. Rebound in the lane, Sleeper. Sleeper looks for help. Gets it off to Abney. Abney to the forecourt with a minute left to play in the quarter. The Owls need a bucket here. Abney off to Bodie. Bodie top side to Kotowitz. Back out to Bodie. Bodie directing traffic from the point. Looks for help. Still on the dribble. Now gets it off to Abney in three-point country. Wing left. Off the Fan. Eric's open from 15 in the lane. Hits it. Fan has got 24 of the Owls' 42 points, and they're down by 10. Here's Moore around Abney to the forecourt. Now he'll do a little figure eight and gets the ball off to Conley in the corner. Conley, top of the circle, Campbell. Let's see if Hannibal holds for one here. Left-hand side, Botkins looks inside, nothing doing. Conley off to Moore. Moore will hold the ball on his hip. Abney comes out to greet him. Moore takes a couple of dribbles, now gets it back off to Terrell. Here's Conley, left-hand side, off to Terrell, over to Moore again. Near the timeline, holding the ball on his hip with 15 seconds left to play in the quarter. Off to Campbell, looks for a cutter inside. They get a screen rolling. And we've got an offensive foul inside of evidently the Pirates. Pushed off inside away from the ball. And Paul Krecky gets a technical. Well, Krecky came off the bench and threw a towel down away from the official. There's Fan with it. Fan with 6 seconds, 5, gets it off to Davis. The Owls only have 3 seconds. Cross court past the Fan, who'll never get it off. Well, the Owls didn't even get a shot off, but they trail by only to start this fourth quarter. Moore against Davis. Davis guarding Moore. Moore crosses the timeline off to Conley. Conley, top of the circle. They work at the Campbell. Off to Moore against Davis. Owls open up in the zone to start this quarter. Nope, they're in a man-to-man, it looks like. Here's Moore. Moore wants to drive on Davis. Almost walk. Gets it off to Campbell against Fan. The Owls are all over the Pirates defensively here, trying to get a stop and get the ball back. Pirates have killed 30 seconds here in this quarter already. Now they got a foul called against Emil Davis. And the Hannibal crowd to our right below us is sarcastically applauding the official. They get it in to Botkins, off to Moore. Moore takes to Emil Davis to the hole, lays it up, good! John Moore got 17 in the ball game. Here's Fan to the forecourt. Eric will take it in the hole, lays it up with the right hand, no good. Rebound batted around, Campbell comes out, and back come the Hannibal Pirates, up by 10 with the ball. Moore to the forecourt, off to Straube. Over to Conley, wing right. Top of the circle, Campbell. In the middle, Botkins. Around Kotowitz to the lane, lays it up and in. Botkins is a handful for the Owls. He's got 18. Fan pops open for a 3 and hits again. Fan's putting on a clinic for the Owls. He's got 29, but Marshall trails by 9. To the forecourt with it is Moore against Davis. Behind the back dribble, spins on DeMille. Now goes behind the back again, down the lane, off to Botkins. Too hot to handle. Botkins thought Moore was going to take it to the hole, and probably should have. Keith and Abney come in for Marshall. Kotowitz, DeMille, Davis will check out. Owls got a break as Hannibal turns the ball over. That's only 7 turnovers for Hannibal in the ball game. You got to remember, this is a relatively young Pirate ball club on the road. And only 7 turnovers, and they have controlled the game for the most part. Here's Abney down the lane. We've got a foul as Fan and Campbell were wrestling through the lane, and Fan is going to be called on the foul for Marshall. That's a big foul there. The Owls could have got it down to 7 or 6. And back come the Pirates. They did not flash the foul. Maybe it was a 3-second violation, but whichever. The Owls turn it over. Here's Botkins in the lane against DeMille Davis. Puts it up, no good. Good defense by Marquand Keith, and back comes Abney with it. Abney leads the break. But Straube's able to cut him off. Now Abney picks up the dribble again, goes to the lane, no good. Rebound on his own rebound. And put it up, no good. And he's fouled on the play by, let's see who. Conley will be the guilty party. That's 3 on Conley. Still 5:55 left to play in the game. Marshall trails by 9, and Abney will be at the line for a couple. Hannibal's done a good job on him and Bodie tonight. Abney's first one, good. Joe's got 7. Bodie's been held to 4 points. Meanwhile, Eric Fan is just lighting it up. He's got 29. Second one, no good. Rebound tipped out to Botkins, off to Moore. Moore will slow it down once he crosses the timeline. Off to Straube. Over to Conley. Conley looks inside, nothing doing. Back off to Straube. It's an 8-point Hannibal lead. Straube down the lane to Campbell, lays it up and in. Kit Campbell, very quiet, 13 points in this ball game. Again, Hannibal is in double figures with the lead by 10. 5.5 left to go in the ball game. Here's Keith, the 3-point line, back off to Abney. Pirates have been in a man defense throughout the game. Abney wants to drive on Straube, does, in the lane, one hand, off the glass, good. Abney spinning to the lane, hits it in off the window, the Owls trail by 8. Here's Straube, cross-court pass Moore against Bodie. Moore to the 3-point line, off to Campbell. Campbell takes one dribble, kills it, back out to Straube. Straube off to Moore. The Owls in a trying to trap on the ball a little bit. Here's Abney against Straube, off to Botkins, looks inside. Conley pops out for a pass to Moore. Hannibal not really looking to go to the bucket here unless they get a layup or something along the baseline inside, as they have the last few times down the floor. Here's Moore off to Conley, has the ball tipped away in front of the Hannibal bench. 4:33 left to play in the ball game. Coach Kevin Hart wants a timeout. And Hannibal will have the ball and an 8-point lead when we come back. There's a bounce pass to Botkins to the hole, lays it up. That's going to be an offensive foul. Well, Hannibal ran exactly what they wanted to after the timeout to perfection, except Botkins ran over Kotowitz in the lane. That'll be his third. That's 5 team fouls against Hannibal. And Kotowitz will inbound for Marshall. Well, the Owls with a bucket here can get closer than they've been since the first quarter. Here's Abney with the ball and the inbounds pass from Kotowitz, working the ball over the timeline. 4:20 left to play in the ball game. Abney goes baseline left, spins in the lane, puts it up off the glass, and good. Apparently the Owls have found out that nobody on this Hannibal ball club can cover Abney penetrating to the bucket. Here's Moore falling down against pressure from Bodie, and a foul's going to be called on Bodie. That'll be 3 on Steve. The Owls are down by 6 with 4:10 left to play in the game. Owls still have a foul to give here. Marquand Keith quickly checks in the ball game for Bodie. Botkins will inbound, gets it in on the bounce pass to, and we got a foul away from the ball against Abney for the Owls. He pushed off, and that'll be 3 on Joe. Check it, that's Abney's first foul. Now the Owls, next time they foul, will be over the limit. Long inbounds pass to Campbell. Botkins in the lane, double pumps, puts it up and in. Botkins has got 20 in the ball game to lead the Pirates in scoring. And it's again an 8-point Hannibal lead. Abney for a 3, good! Abney gets a roar out of this crowd across the way, and Marshall's down by 5. We're just inside of 4 minutes left to play in the ball game. Here's almost a turnover by Straube in front of the Hannibal bench, off to Conley. Conley has to get rid of it, does so to Straube. Straube, now he'll dribble out high against Abney. Straube, tipped, the ball is tipped. Sleeper in front of the Hannibal bench, tipped it away off of Conley, and Hannibal crowd wants a foul, but the Pirates will get the ball. Bodie back in, now Kotowitz will check out. Botkins inbounds to Straube. 3.5 left to go in the ball game. Inside to pass to Campbell. Foul called on the floor before the shot against Fan. That'll send Campbell to the line for a 1-and-1. It turns out it's a pretty good foul because Campbell made the bucket. Fan had already given up the baseline, so Eric went ahead and hacked him on the arm. That'll put the Owls over the limit, something they were going to have to do sooner or later anyway. 1-1 for Campbell, missed it off the front end of the rim, and back come the Owls with a chance to get closer. Fan to the forecourt, off to Keith. Keith to Abney. Abney has really picked it up here in this quarter. Here's Fan for a three-point try, in and out, no good. Tough break for the Owls there, and Moore comes down with it for the Pirates against Bodie. To the forecourt. Moore off to Straube against Abney. The ball's tipped away by Fan. Off to Sleeper. To Abney, to Fan for a three. Won't go. Rebound tapped up by Keith. No good. Sleeper on the rebound. That won't go down. Now two players fight for it underneath. And it'll be a tied-up ball, and the Owls will get it back on the change of possession arrow. Oh, the Owls have had a couple of big chances to get even closer and haven't been able to get the ball to go down for them. Bodie will inbound. Still 2:55 left to play. Bodie into Abney. Abney against Moore, out the Fan. Eric pops open for a three. Way off the mark. But Kodowitz gets the rebound, lays it up and in. Kodowitz on the weak side, got it to go. Now a steal by Bodie. Two players hit the deck. Bodie and Moore look at each other. Now we get another steal on the other end of it. And now they're still talking to each other. Now Sleeper comes over and gets in somebody's face for Hannibal. And I don't think anybody for the Pirates want any piece of Max Sleeper. Moore. And then the Owls are going back down court. And then there was a steal at the other end as Straube came up with the ball. And the Hannibal people in front of us are up in arms. And now both officials. Let's see who they give the ball to. That's the big thing. Who are they going to give the ball to? Because this all broke out before the steal by Straube. Both coaches and officials trying to calm everybody down here. Well, they're going to give the ball to Hannibal. And the Owls come out of the short end on that one. Marshall will put on some pressure in the backcourt. Nobody comes back to help out Moore, who needs some help. Now Botkins comes back, gets it into Straube. Still 2:33 left to go. The Owls trail by 3. Wing right side off to Moore, guarded by Keith. Moore goes baseline, followed by Markland Keith. And now Markland Keith and Moore have some words. Someone's going to have to calm John Moore down. And he's going to go to the baseline. He's picked up the foul. Now Bodie will come back in the ball game for Markland Keith. Moore will be at the line for a 1-and-1. Now, we mentioned early in the ball game how the officials were letting them play. And more times than not, that will catch up with you later in the ball game, especially if the game is close. And this one's gotten close at the end. Moore for a 1-and-1. He's usually deadly for Hannibal. Pulled the string on it and missed it. Rebound underneath by Sleeper. Sleeper trying to get away from a double team, needs some help. Gets it off to Abney, stolen away by Campbell. But then Bodie steals it for Marshall. The teams trade turnovers, and back come the Owls with a chance to tie with a 3. Here's Abney. Abney calls a timeout as Hannibal put on some pressure out high, and Hannibal would always answer. The Owls now with a 3-pointer can tie it. Still 2:05 and counting left to play in the ball game. Let's see, they're going to try and trap Abney. Fans left open in the corner, but then they double team him. Cross-court pass, stolen away by Straube. Goes to the hole, lays it up and in. Oh, big turnover there, and Straube converts on the other end for the Pirates. Here's Bodie, off to Abney. An ill-advised cross-court pass against a trapping zone defense. Here's Fan, goes left-hand side, inside pass to Sleeper. Max couldn't handle it. It's tipped out. Straube gets it for Hannibal. The Owls 2 straight turnovers, and the Pirates have command of the ball and the lead here with 1:30 left to play in the ball game. Here's Moore as he's bumped by Sleeper in the paint, and Moore will go back to the line. So the Owls had their chances. And Hannibal was big on the defensive end, and Moore will go to the line for a 1-and-1. He missed one just a moment ago. It's up. Good. He's not going to miss many of them. He's got 18. Senior guard. Quarterback on this Hannibal ball club. Second shot up. Short, rolls around, does get the roll. Timeout called by the Pirates. And Hannibal's got a 7-point lead now. Does so to Abney. The Owls will probably have to launch a three here pretty soon. Here's Bodie out to Abney. Cross court to Fan. There's Eric for a three-pointer. It's way off the mark. Ball is chased out of bounds, and it will be Hannibal basketball as Kodowitz ran out of real estate and couldn't save it. And here's Botkins on the inbounds. Off to Straube. Foul in the backcourt against Kodowitz. And now it'll be a free throw shooting contest the rest of the evening. And that's all the Owls can hope for, is that Hannibal misses the front end of the 1-and-1s, and the Owls come down and hit a couple of threes here and get back in it. Kodowitz has 3 fouls. Free throw by Straube. Good. Andy will get one more. He's got 7 points in the game. He'll get the bonus. Hannibal looking for their 14th win of the year and looking to go 2-1 in the conference. The Owls will need quite a comeback to stay undefeated in the NCMC. Straube missed 1 of 2. Back on the Owls, down by 8. Abney, baseball pass up the Fan. They're going to say it was fouled from behind before he could get off the shot by Straube. That's 16 fouls against Hannibal, so the Owls won't be shooting free throws. That's the good thing about it for the Pirates. They don't give up any points with the foul. Bodie inbounds to Abney. Abney looks inside. The Fan. Fan against Botkins. Bounce pass off to Bodie. Back to Fan. Eric throws up a long three. Won't go down. Rebound Kodowitz. Lays it up. He missed the layup. Rebound tapped up. Kodowitz gets it again. Puts it up and in. Timeout. The Owls down by 6 with 57 seconds. Pirates will inbound. Up by 6. Let's see who the Owls try and foul here. They'll try and get the ball into Moore or Straube. Moore gets his hands on it. He's fouled from behind by Bodie. It'll be a 1-and-1. Abney will check back in for the Owls. Hannibal got the ball into the right guy as far as they're concerned. And that's 4 fouls on Steve Bodie. Moore is 4 of 5 from the line. He's got 19 in the ball game. Free throw by John is up. Good. He's got 20. Botkins has 20. Campbell with 13. 3 players in double figures for Hannibal. And for the most part, they've done it with just 5 guys tonight. Moore misses the second one. And they're going to say he crossed the line as he knew he had misfired and ran to the bucket trying to get his own rebound, but missed it, and back come the Owls. Here's Abney. He tried to lob a pass for Bodie. It was too far, and Hannibal gets another turnover, and that should just about do it. 45 seconds left to play in the game. Here's Moore, sandwich, double team, foul called. If that's Bodie hits 5 on Steve, he's gone. So that's 5 on Bodie, and he's out for the ball game. Steve fouls out, only 4 points on the night, and Hannibal did a great job of shutting him down. And Moore will again be at the line. So the Owls will apparently fall to 11-7 on the year and try and regroup and get back on track non-conference style against Sedalia here Tuesday night. Things don't get any easier in the conference either. Mexico comes calling next Saturday. So Moore missed 1 of 2, and back come the Owls, down by 8. Abney to the forecourt. 35 seconds left to play in the game. Off to Keith. The Owls got to get one off here. Inside Kodowitz against Campbell. Lays it up. Good. Kodowitz has 10 in the game. The Owls, though, trail by 6, and now Sleeper fouls Straube in the backcourt. And he'll go to the line for a 1-and-1. For Max, that's his second foul of the ball game. Hannibal's come out here tonight with just basically going with 5 players. Keith Redd, the sophomore, and Shane Terrell, the junior, have played briefly in the game, but not a whole lot. Terrell played just a little bit here in this second half. Straube hits the first one. Hannibal has hit their free throws for the most part down the stretch. At least they've been hitting the front end of the 1-and-1s. Straube misses the second one. Well, here is Abney, bounce pass the forecourt to Keith. Markman takes a three. It's off the back iron, no good. Cotawood still battling underneath. Gets the rebound. Gets it down low to Sleeper across the lane. Max puts it up and in. The Owls apparently out of timeouts with 10 seconds left to play in the ball game. And DeMille Davis will check in. Davis will check in, 10 seconds left. Campbell looking to inbound, does so to Straube. He's fouled by Markman Keith in front of the Owl bench and prolongs the inevitable here at Marshall High School this evening. And the Owls made a run at the Pirates here in this fourth quarter, but they're going to fall just a little short. Marshall will, as we say, be back in action on Tuesday night. And then in the conference again Saturday night at home against Mexico. Straube, got that one to go down. Hit the front of the rim and dropped in there. Now Coach Paul Krecky wants to take a timeout for Hannibal with 9 seconds left, and the Pirates one more free throw for Straube, no good. Rebound by Keith in the lane, and Straube tried to get his own rebound. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Markman Keith. And that'll be another 1-and-1 for Straube. Well, the Owls had 2 men down there, and Hannibal had pulled all their players back except for the foul shooter. Straube will get 2 more cracks at it, misses it. 8 seconds left. The Owls will get 1 more shot at the bucket here, and Abney throws it up from three-point land, no good. Tapped up by Sleeper. That won't count at the buzzer, and the Owls lose the hand. A double-digit lead down to 3.